Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News, baby dolls. The first thing that you and I need to do is we need to report the Russell 2000 for a sexual hate crime, because the Russell 2000 has been very, very naughty towards us. Check this out. Excuse me. What is this? You were meant to be the chosen one. You were meant to pump us up to the heavens. Why are you stalling here? Oh boy, you know, friends, as you know, we've been following the channel. You know, we need the Russell 2000, which is an indicator of US shitcoins. We need that liquidity bucket to fill up first, and then we can continue with the crypto alt season, as it has happened in 2012, 2016, and 2020, every single time. Now, if we go back, for example, in 2020, yeah, there were these little periods where it can actually just do these things, but then it actually has to charge up. It has to charge up and break the all-time high. You see that? It has to go and break the all-time high. So this is the 2016. This is the Bitcoin halvening, okay, right here. If you go into 2020, we had the zombie virus, right? Here it was charging out. And you actually had this period here, and then you started moving up. So how long after the Bitcoin halvening did it go and basically flush up the highs? It was about 6 months, just to let you know. Actually, yeah, it was about, if you check it out, it was around, wow, there you go. There is, from the Bitcoin halvening, around 6 months. And if we go back and check it from before, from the Bitcoin halvening, how long did it take for it to break around here? That's around 140 days, so around 5 months. So 5 to 6 months is what it takes. If you want to just complete it, we can go back to 2012 right here, and we can actually see how long did it take right now. And it was actually beaming through the highs already back in 2012. So that was a unique case. And by the way, Bitcoin just went up only there as well. They had massive QE, and QE was actually super responsive back there. So we did 5 to 6 months when Mr. Russell 2000 had gone up. We had the Bitcoin halvening. We had it in April of this year. So if you add 5 to 6 months, it is around September to October. And I'm going to make a quick post just to alert everyone now. And that's exactly what I've done, baby dolls. I've got the price and the date set out for everybody. And we have these 3 dates, so it would be around, like we have like 15th of October this year. That would be like the latest. But what we've actually got to see is when there's 2 dates, we've noticed they land like right in the middle. So 5.5 months. So, you know, what's that going to be? It's around September. It's like this next month, but that's breaking the all-time highs. And that's just that final flush up. I mean, is it really going to be like that? Because you think we're getting more sensitive and stuff to the correlation of the money printer and everything. Doesn't mean we really have to wait that long. We'll find out. I guess I'm going to show you the Others BTC just so you can have an idea of what we're looking at right now. Others BTC, friends, is hanging on by literally a hair. Although, this is exactly what happened in 2020 as well. You see that right now? Let's go back to 2020. You see, this is what altcoins look like, man. It was literally game over. See that? That was literally altcoins. It was like, uh-oh, you are breaking right now. There was no trend line, by the way. You know, the trend line was after the fact. So that's it. It just looked like it was game over, and then just everything just starts rocketing. So does that mean like we're going to get friendship from, I don't know, Ethereum ETF to kind of boost things up? I don't know. We do have to prepare, though, that we just have something totally different this cycle. We do have to prepare. Like, what if we're just doing that, friends? What if we like just do that and we are much, much, much lower? What does that mean? Well, it might not really mean anything, although it could mean that we're going to get a poopy first part of this cycle. There's going to be some sort of programming with the whatever it is, deep stating, World War 3, 4, 5, the ice cream guys attacking each other. And then we would have to basically look for this August 2025 area. But you're walking up into that point. It's not meant to be like death until that whole point, because you waited 3.5 years, bro. 3.5 years, everyone's down. Literally, everyone's down. Soylana Dominance is like 3.3%, so congratulations. It's actually less than that of people who are really, really up, because most of the Soylana people, they only bought it after it was up $100. So they're up like a 2x, and now they're expecting another 10, for example. Most of them have bought around $70 to $100 of Soylana. They think, oh wow, this thing's definitely going to $1,000. So it's not what you think. Okay, literally the Soylana Dominance. I'll show you the Soylana Dominance, friends. Look what it was back then. It was only 0.75%. So what that means is less than 1% of the crypto industry was right. That is what happened, okay? Because your dominance, you were only 0.75% of the whole industry. Less than 1% were right. And now up here, this is when everybody starts getting in, right, at 1.8%. So congratulations. Like basically, about 1.5% of the industry has basically like FOMO'd in that type of money, 1.5%. But this price here, friends, if you want to correlate it, you can actually see the Soylana price. Look at this, man. They're getting in at around 80 bucks. So they're up a 2x. They're celebrating a 2x, but it's because they think, oh, it's my cycle. It's my cycle. I now go up forever. I go up forever. Everything's going to be great. Well, you know, like I say, man, you don't study from history, you're going to repeat everybody's mistakes. And for us, we're actually going to play some Cranky G music. Okay. 5 to 6 months, friends, from that Bitcoin halvening. So we're maximum October 2024. Yeah, man, it's getting so close, bro. They have to like stay on that point. Maybe it does, right? We'll see. In big fat juicy news today as well, about 20 minutes ago, Michael Chad Saylor just announced he's raising $2 billion, and have a guess what he's going to be doing? Buying more Bitcoin. Wow. Totally shocked by that. Now, obviously, that's his plan, friends. Why? And you know, a lot of people, when we look at it, we just think it is green candle, red candle. But these people are thinking long term. So when you're thinking long term, you don't think green candle, red candle. You're thinking about the slope of the long term trend. You're thinking about a line into the future and a slope. They're called like the gradient, okay? And it has basically, you know, the steeper the slope, the higher your return. You know, so the stock market, S&P 500, its slope is around, you know, 8 to 10% per year. It's around, it should be like 7 to 8%, right? That's the slope. But Bitcoin slope, it's not 7 to 8%, right? In the past 5 years, it has been growing at 42%, pretty much. 42% for the past 5 years. How wonderful is that? And then what they're doing is they're basically investing money now, and they're saying, oh, well, if the slope is 45% now, so it used to be 420%, then it went down to 75%, now it's down to 42%. But the thing is, that number is so outrageously higher compared to what you're borrowing at. All right, if you're borrowing at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% interest, then you pretty much crush it. You just got to like basically let the calendar dates print so you can ride that long-term trend. That's long-term investing, friends. So if you're looking at a big debt like $2 billion, of course, it's probably going to be raising it from like Microsoft, MicroStrategy shareholders or whatever. But all he's thinking about is like, well, I'm borrowing at like, you know, at 5 or whatever it is. And, you know, even if it's 10, you win. But that's stock market returns. That's pretty poop. Okay, because there's you're here for the big one. It's basically free money. It's a free money strategy to do that. But you know, you still have to survive, and whatever goes wrong can go to poop. So if you map out the rates, which is what I've done, so that 42%, drop it down to like 30% for the next rolling ongoing 5 years, and then we end up at 240K. We end up at 240K in 2028. So I have the chart here. This is 240K in 2028. Although, remember, Bitcoin has these cycles, right? So it could price in the 240K next year and then come back down to the mean, 60, 70, 80, riding around the 100. And then basically by the next Bitcoin halving in 2028, it's going back towards that 240K. You see that? So you basically get to the same point. This is the thing, though. You don't know how high this euphoria will ever go. And they are dwindling over time. The euphoria amounts are getting smaller and smaller over time, and the growth rate is going down over time, and it's becoming more and more nice. But that's what basically it comes down to. It comes down to, are you going to be the first country to do that? Because think about this, right? If you're trying to beat inflation, yes, this is basically the vehicle that you need. And what Michael Chad Saylor, right? He says, like, if you're the first country to print your currency and join in, you win. Why is that? Well, Bitcoins, remember, it's growing now at 42% for the past 5 years. And the stock market is like, you know, 8%. And a lot of these countries, friends, they are printing, there's a lot of these second and third world countries, their inflation rates are like literally like 10% per year. And it's like very, very heavy. They're like, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. That's the recorded one from the government. So you can imagine the real inflation rate. So literally the only way for people to win is to buy Bitcoin. That's their only chance. Because if you're losing, you know, like 10% of purchasing power, you can't even buy real estate in those countries because they're not growing anywhere near nice. And the stock market, not everyone can access the S&P 500, right? You need all these rules and regulations and stuff. And it's only growing at 8%. But if you're inflating at 10%, yeah, all you got to do is buy Bitcoin because that's growing still at 44%. Then the next one might be like 35, then 30, then 25%. And that's like, you know, 4, 8, 12, 16 years into the future. However, if you're late, you lose. That's the thing. It's a game theory about that. So that's, I want you to know, that's the long-term game. And eventually someone's going to have to do it because they're getting destroyed. They know, oh my gosh, like friends, I remember one of you guys mentioned like the family, one of you guys from Argentina in the comment section, I think, or it wasn't in Telegram. One of you have a family in Argentina. Basically, you've gone bankrupt 3 times. Like your grandfather was a farmer, and then your father, and then your family, and it was like basically everyone's wealth had been reset literally 3 times in the past like 60 years or something ridiculous, back to zero. Now they're on the 4th time. You got to think about that, man. If they have just Bitcoin, the kids are coming in. They're like, you know what? Screw it. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to participate in. And that's why it's important when people see El Salvador succeeding with their GDP and how I've posted videos of like their new jail, which is like, you know, dropped all the crime rate and doing all that. So that's the world we're looking for in the future. Yeah, there's going to be bumps along the way, but hey, first person to get in wins. Until, of course, friends, the US government says, you know what? Dream's over, buddy. They can do that, by the way. They can. Because you gotta think about what you're doing. You're doing a speculative attack on the currency. That's what you're doing. You're borrowing one thing to go and then get in the other. So, but you're bunny hopping. But everybody does that. Everybody speculates against US dollar. They want you to do that. Friends, if you have a house, you are doing a speculative attack against the currency. That's what they want you to do. But why do they like you doing that? It's because you can't move your house in the country. They can tax you on the house. They know where you live. They own it. That's why they like it. That's why they love houses. They love giving out these 20, 30-year mortgages because you can't go anywhere. You can't lift the house and go anywhere. It's land on the government's basically country, and they have all the power. They do have all the power. If they really want to kick you out, they can arrest you. They can do whatever. And they can basically watch you. And when they need to tax you, yeah, they can. They'll tax you. They do whatever the hell they want. But if you're doing it with Bitcoin, you're like, uh-oh, this is an asset we can't fully control. So when the speculative attacks start happening on that too much, I guess we'll see what type of FUD is going to come out in that next bear market. But hey, don't worry. The game theory still solves for everything, friends, because the game theory still means like if your inflation rate is high, you don't care about all these other country laws and stuff, whatever. Is your inflation rate is high? Is mathematically you need this. You literally need this. But math doesn't matter like your ethics and your principles. Because imagine, friends, you're joining this table of all these like second world countries, and all your inflation rates are like, you know, 12%, 10%, very, very high inflation rates getting destroyed. And there's like 20 of you. Do you honestly think like all of these 20 countries, they're going to hold hands and say, yes, we will definitely agree to not allow our citizens to go buy Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin bad. Wink, wink, wink. They'll tell that themselves. They'll literally go home that same day, fly over, press the money printer button, and just go grab all the Bitcoin themselves because they're beating all the other suckers. Remember, they're all crabs stuck in a bucket, and everyone's trying to pull each other back. One of the crabs, they got a jetpack. Psh, that's literally what Bitcoin is. It's the growth rate. Now, we might have a bit of a pit stop because apparently Vitalik is taking an uncomfortably large amount of photos with hot babes going on out there. And I don't feel comfortable with this at all. I've even said here, feeling the urge to put Ethereum target down to $120. I hope, oh man, I hope, please, Vitalik, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do it after the sharding thing, man. We'll give it 3-4 years. 3-4 years, friends. By the way, are we even allowed to, like, you know, have a baby with an alien, Anunnaki? What happens? Is it a half human, half UFO hybrid? We'll see. Because that ETH BTC, friends, is still painfully slow. It's a weekly chart. Feels like it's never going anywhere, really. Really feels like it does. You got to think as well, when did the Russell 2000 go up, friends? You can actually go back here because I know it off by heart. You can go to May 2020 and then do 6 months after that. So the Russell 2000 was going up around here. it was going up around here. So you see BTC had already gone up with some friendship and then come back down and then finally started to rise. Man, that's nuts. That's in April 2021. Whoa, man. I didn't think about that. Friends, think about this. Wow. ETH BTC only does its big move in, oh, wow, March 2021. That's most of the cycle's done, man. Wow. That's crazy. I never thought about that. It doesn't even do anything, friends, but oh, well, that's going to be poopy. There are a couple of waves along the way, right? So actually, this is it, friends. If you go to March, May 2020 right here, oh, man, this is not anything. Like, if it did that, it would hopefully be like something like that. But this, and then maybe in the final month of the Bitcoin rally, Bitcoin smashes 200K. This thing has like some sort of spike. That's what it would look like. Man, it's tough, friends. I'm tough. Like, not even Vitalik can, like, you know, outperform BTC. We're still holding, though. Check out the Bitcoin dominance. Yes, the Bitcoin dominance. I'm going to leave this line up. I might draw it again just so you can actually see what's going on. But it just, you could see it slowing down. Look, a lot of people as well, they always get scared during these times. They think, oh, well, you're going to keep going up forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You got to remember, man, retailers, friends, they can't do anything in Bitcoin. You literally can't. Yeah, the growth rate is good, but people can't even wait like 8 years, man, in this game. You know why? Because for me to say you should have 1 year's worth of living expenses in crypto, for me to say that, people still want to put a water pistol to my head and squirt. They want to squirt, not even give me a face towel. And the fact that I'm saying that, that means we're still early. In the stock market, people have literally their retirement in there. They have 30 years in there. And people are like, yeah, that's fine. I have 30 years worth of retirement in the stock market, of course. You see how that's like basically gospel? It's religion now. But in crypto, it's still like you're crazy to go, oh, you've got like more than 1 month worth of income. Yeah, man, but now you're starting to, we're the pioneers, friends. We're like, yeah, man, go all in, sweet, go all in. Because everyone's starting at 1 week or 1 day worth of living expenses invested into crypto, but they're probably going to end up with their retirement, probably later down the track in 20 years when we have like a crypto index, and we have yield and all this other stuff going on. Now, I wanted to share this information with you, friends. It's actually really interesting, and it's exactly what we expected. Look at this from Mr. Bread. Okay, love your username, bro. I didn't realize how brutal the trenches actually were. Pump.fun coins, right? Total launched 1.858 million coins, but the amount graduated is only 1.4%. So in a nutshell, friends, on Pump.fun, so remember, Pump.fun lets anybody make any coin, and you want to know how hard it is for an altcoin to actually go up? That's your rate, okay? 1.4%. So literally, those are the, so Pump.fun, once it hits a certain amount of size, it gets automatically graduated to a DEX, and then basically they die there anyway. So it's really less than that because things get there and they just die. But that's why basically 99 coins out of 100 go to zero. They literally go to zero within a month, within a week, within a few days. 99 out of 100 coins, just evil G rug thieves. So I write these, friends, it's to help you, right? So I write they're evil G rug thieves. Yeah, there are, man. There are a lot of evil Gs. Their friends, there are people they've tried to make these like, you know, retirement models for themselves where they make a coin for a rug, it hits a 10K market cap, which has only around $100 of liquidity, and they just rug it. They're just taking like $100 a day. There are people doing that. They're trying to make all these images because it costs nothing on Soylana. They're spamming everything. They're spam. That's why with Ethereum, friends, you can't do this. You can't do this level of scamming on Ethereum, for better or worse, right? So everyone wants to participate in all this other stuff. Yeah, it's cool, but that's why, friends, Vitalik did his model his way. All the ETH guys, they figured out early. They go, hey, if we make the cost really, really low, people fill it up with complete useless junk and spam. And we don't want these. We know exactly they all end up in spam. So we're eventually just basically kicking the can down the road in terms of like expanding and making the transactions move in a better way and make them faster in a way where it involves sharding and keeping it decentralized. So there you go. There are the odds, friends. It's actually disgusting, right? So 1.4%. Warriors are getting merked on 98 out of 100 coins, playing pre-dex. Yeah, so I want you to know, they're your odds. And if you want to know, oh, how do you find the coins that are good? Well, friend, all these ones are new. Most of you poop anyway. But I've given you that blueprint, right? On-chain, going on-chain is number one. Then you have finding an active community. That's the most important part. There's no active communities here. It's literally a bunch of people being like, oh, we like this image. You're basically betting on a group of people uniting around an image, which is what it is. But you have no more information. Like, are there fluffy microphone people who like them? Is there anybody else out there who is going to support it? Is there like a Twitter presence? Is there a YouTube presence? Definitely not any of these. They're happening too fast, right? But when you stack all them, you can go on to the next one. You're like, okay, what's key information asymmetry? Like, do I trust that? Do I have a friend in here who's also in there who's going to like tweet about it, make a fan page and stuff? Once you start to do that, you start to increase your probability of success. And number 4 is developers, but that's more related to the chain. So see what I mean? Once you start to stack them, it's better. But if you can't even get to the find an active community part, it's just going on chain. That's what it's just. Oh, just go on chain and buy anything. 1 out of 100 win rate. So you know the odds are pooped. And let's actually speak a bit about PulseChain, friends. So check out Benjamin Graham. Benjamin Graham, this is basically the mentor of Warren Buffett. To be an investor, you must be a believer in better tomorrow. And yes, it's true, right? You really got to believe. Yeah, you want to make it in crypto, you really got to believe, okay? Bitcoin's growth rate in the past 5 years has been 42% per year, okay, compounded. And total crypto has been 55%. Total crypto has been 55%. Remember, total crypto includes Ethereum and the others. I wonder if you just did the others, how much that's growing, it would probably be insane as well. We should actually calculate it right now. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, friends. So the point I did this post, right? So I'll calculate it right now. But PulseChain Ecosystem, it's actually right now around 1.8 billion, 1.8 to 2 billion. If you add PulseX, ESPX Inc. And I think it should be, based off today, I think it should be near Polkadot. Personally, okay? My non-racist opinion, some say actually use racist. So Polkadot and Bitcoin Cash, they're around 8 billion. You see that 7 to 8 billion? I think that's how much PulseChain's worth today, based off the power of the cult and everything else. That's what I really do feel it is like that. But it's just like there's 170 content creators, man. Like the market's not, the market's really like pricing it out for being dead. But it's gonna take time, right? When does everybody open up their eyes? When? Probably a higher Ethereum price. When everybody's firing up the YouTube channels, everyone's firing up the Twitter channels, everyone's expanding basically their voices because everything's running up and all these new people are coming in. Because right now, yeah, this is the market price you get of PvP. So basically what the market's done is everybody's pricing in PulseChain and everything today based off the PvP environment. So they're saying, well, you're only worth, as a whole ecosystem, you're only worth 1.8 billion because you're not a meme coin chain like Soylana is. You're not this or you're not that, whatever reason it is, okay? Well, like PulseChain is a meme coin chain. It's better than Soylana because you want to know why? It doesn't have like a 1% survival rate with the meme coins, okay? The community is still there and still active. We're not going around and making 15,000 new meme coins tomorrow to move it around. So we know that. That's our information asymmetry. We know that. Market doesn't know that, okay? When do people wake up to that, friends? They only wake up to it when a new cohort of people outside of the system, so maybe Bitcoin 100K, maybe Ethereum 6K, whatever, they come in and they start buying us. Yeah, they start buying us and the prices start going up. Then everyone in the marketplace, in PvP mode, who's been only looking at Soylana and like buying the tops of celebrity coins again destroyed, then they look at PulseChain and they go, wait a minute, why are you up 300% in the past month? What have I been missing? And you're like, oh my God, what do you mean be missing, bro? I made 3,400 videos to tell you this was going on the whole time. You haven't missed anything. It's just like I told you, friends, green candles make you smarter. That's all they were missing. It's like, okay, if I made this green candle go up 5x, what would you now say about this chain? What would you now say? So if Soylana, friends, went up 5x from today, I would not think any different. I wouldn't think, oh, wow, you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'd think, no. You still have a 1% survival rate on all your dog shit meme coins. The celebrity coins are all still rugging. Everybody's still grifting each other. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you see what I mean? It doesn't change anything. But you got to think about, okay, what would a 5x on anything else do, right? So if Chainlink went up 5x, what would people say? They'll say, oh, Roca Negra probably wants to make that into an ETF next. They're working with the banks and stuff. You see what I mean? That's what it comes down to. So you're always trying to imagine, okay, if the price went up, what would normies be saying when they're reading the Cointelegraph article headline about that? That's a good way to basically think about if you're in something that has good value or not. And now, as promised, friends, I calculated the growth rate from the others index from 26 billion to 219 billion, and it actually is around still 53%. So it's like the same total index. But why is that? That's because you've taken such a big hit. Look at this on a log chart, right? On a normal chart. You see that? It's like it's down heaps. But you got to think about, okay, what would the growth rate be if we went from 26, if we weren't at 216, but if we went up to, if we were 485? And I just calculated the growth rate, and it would be 79% per year. Think about that. That is the power of altcoins. Okay, so Bitcoin in the past 5 years has grown at 42%. So I can actually write that down here. So past 5 years, BTC equals, right, 42% per year, compounding, yeah, and then others equals 79, it's actually 80%, round up to 80% per year, right? That's if, only if we finally get this pop up to those all-time highs. That's what your growth rate is. So we just got to get back to the growth rate. That is freaking insane. You're growing at 80% per year, man. So you see now the money is in altcoins. And of course, those are just the coins outside of the top 100, and they're all weighted, right? They're all weighted out there to that. So that's nuts. But that also shows you, right, the growth rate. You're getting about a 2x over Bitcoin per year. And yeah, it's not perfect because everything's moving in and out of the index. I'm just showing you the opportunity. Man, this is life-changing opportunity. 80%. Where the hell else are you going to get that? Where are you going to get that? Literally, where are you going to get that, friends? You're not going to get that anyway. Not even close to getting there. And that's why ultimately everyone's coming in altcoins. Okay, so when you see, oh, green candles go up a lot, yeah, that's what it actually means. You're comparing a 42% per year to an 80%. But then you might ask, okay, but which 80%? Okay, which coins will have to get the 80%? And that's where we're trying to basically line ourselves. But you can see how it's worth it, okay? If you take a bite of that cherry, friends, you got to keep taking a bite of it. That's it, because the altcoins, they do that. And the juice really is worth the squeeze. I have some friendship and kindness here as well. Friendship confirmed. Just keep holding, and maybe we'll all be a lot wealthier as the bull market plays out. That's literally it, friends. I promise you, that was literally just the ad. Just keep holding. That's all you can do, man. You're following a long-term gradient. That's what you are. You know, when we see the charts, right? When you look at these charts, what are we seeing, friends, with our eyes? We're seeing this up and down and up and up, up, up. We're seeing that. But actually, what are you actually really doing? There is this like gradient line. Of course, it's changing over time, but what you're doing is you're riding this line over time. Like you're riding that line over time. That's what you're doing. You know, you have these bubbles here, pop, pop. Maybe this one's going to be like pop, something like that. Okay. And then pop again. That's what you're riding. You're riding that. But the only way for you to ride it is to literally just say, okay, let me check the calendar. I'm just going to keep holding. And not everyone in the world has woken up to it yet. So just throwing out this news here. I haven't covered this right. Economically useless. Paul Krugman blasts Trump and Vance for backing Bitcoin. So Bitcoin stockpile pitch is just a bailout for a value-destroying industry. So yeah, a lot of people take this to heart. But yeah, Paul Krugman, friends, he's the internet fax guy. He said the internet's just a fad and it's going to go back the same as fax machines or whatever. But you can see these growth rates and everything going up. Yeah, there's always the FUD that gets you to sell the bottoms and stuff. But if you want to accelerate your growth rate, you got to buy in those dips. That's actually what you get. Otherwise, if you bought the top, you got to wait longer. But, you know, it's not so easy, right? Oh, just wait longer, just wait longer. Yeah, but look at the top 100 of the altcoins. We don't have an index. Things that keep moving and switching around. So what we might find is, friends, you know, by the end when it's all done, maybe Bitcoin grows. So just to remind you, gold grows the same rate as the stock market. Gold grows around 9% per year, and stock market also grows around 9% per year. But you're probably wondering as well, what if they're both growing the same? What's the big issue? The issue is that there are periods of 10 years where the S&P 500 goes sideways, and in those 10 years, historically, gold can moonshot. So if you're in that poopy decade and you're in stocks, you make nothing for those 10 years. So you need that basically diversification. You need that in gold. And that's pretty much for everyone out there. But luckily for us now, crypto's so early, you don't need to worry about stuff like that, right? Because we have this opportunity here. But if you're like, you know, have billions of dollars, you got to diversify like Ray Dalio and everyone else. That's the world you're looking at. And friends, as I was speaking to you right now, I've just noticed Dirky Turkey has made another absolute boss dick with butt picture. I love these images. Reminds me of these knights of the Kevlar stuff. Wow, you have a little Gary Gensler out here burning these tires. That's so funny. You have me as the hot babe as well. Of course, I'm the hot babe with the Pikachu hat going out. Ah, purple drapes. It's also funny, friends. I saw a few people actually having a cry that we're having fun. And I'm just thinking, I'm not going to name names. I was like, bro, if your strategy has been saying that we're going to go up every day for the past 12 months, like you couldn't be more wrong for the PulseChain ecosystem. So everyone else has to entertain themselves while the cycle plays out. So telling everyone, hey, we're just going to go up every day, you got no credibility left. Literally, literally everything is wrong. It kind of reveals the emperor's got no clothes, right, friends? So a lot of people just revealed themselves. They're not even using any facts. I mean, I've told you, hey, I want us to break the cycle. I want us to go up. But, I mean, historically, we go up around this year. I mean, even in 2022, how many times I've been telling you just wait till December 2025? Just like give it an extra period just in case there's some sort of hiccup this whole time out here. And yeah, crypto does go parabolic. You're hoping that things go and staircase up over time. But until then, you have absolutely boss images out here like this. And look at our Soylana friends. Like Soylana, okay, not one serious investor there in sight. Not one, okay? Not a single one. All they're doing is basically they've grabbed 1.2 million daily active users. A lot of it just full-on Jeep bots who are paying with $1 and $2. I'm not even joking, by the way. $1, 15 cents. They're like buying everything that fast. And they're just rotating around this PvP, like this celebrity stuff coin. That's pretty much what it comes down to. There's nothing out here which is like saying, ha ha ha, I'm on my high horse. I'm going to be doing cross-chain interoperability and zero knowledge. No one cares about that, bro. No one cares about that. It's just like the internet. I've told you. This is just like the freaking internet. 0.1% of the internet is like some nerds in a university sharing like some new dimensional mathematics equations they've done. That's 0.1% of the internet. 33% of the internet is literally people combining genitals on the internet, having premarital relationships, okay, and fornicating on a bed, okay, someone else's bed too. You see, they let them use the house for the day. That's literally it. 33% is pre-marriage fornication videos all over the internet. 33%. Imagine they were all doing the math equations to solve cancer and stuff, but it's not like that. That's humanity. Go look at your day, by the way. Half your day is literally wasting your time. You're sleeping. You're thinking about sleeping. You're eating. You're thinking about eating. You reply like a banana emoji to someone. Someone sends you the Turkish guy shooting as a meme from the Olympics today. You know what I mean? And like, okay, how productive actually are you? Most people, you can only fit like 180 minutes. So 3 hours max of productivity. You peak after like 2 hours. You start to slow down the third hour and then you're done. Think about that. 24 hours of the day. You're only 3 hours productive. The average person. Okay, think about the internet though. 33% is wasting time with just, you know, pre-marriage fornication. So it's no surprise that people are keeping themselves entertained here because they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave. So everybody is looking for a reason to stay in. And that's why I think PulseChain community fans, think about this. That's why the altcoins on PulseChain, they're better than these other ones because a few things. One, less to choose from. So you have a higher success rate. By far, not even close, right? Number one. Number two, the abandonment rate is way lower. Like in PulseChain, when someone abandons something, the whole community, we all jump on them, right? Like Gunther, whatever. Like everyone knows their names, okay? In Soylana, it's like, you know, Jeep 1605 .Batman symbol wallet address, cheated again for the 8th time. And then they go check the bubble maps of them, which is basically all their wallet distributions, and like, oh, this guy has cheated for the 6th time this month. They basically just rugged the whole community. Yeah, that happens over and over and over again, and it's people staying in the casino. But here's the thing, it's a testament to Soylana because people still don't want to leave out there. But obviously, you and I, what are we making the bet on? We're making the bet that they're just there because it's the hottest thing right now. They think that the whole cycle is going to continue being hot there forever. But I think what's going to happen is what's happened in every single cycle before, where people are going to learn again that it wasn't your cycle, it was just your turn, and things are going to move elsewhere. By the way, no new money has been coming into Soylana for like, you know, many months. It's just been straight, just PvP circling. You might even find, friends, they're releasing a layer 2 called like Fire Dancer. You might find that's a sell the news for the Sol ETH ratio, and then people move on to something else. You might actually find that happens, okay? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, what do people want more? Do they want fast transactions or do they want coin prices to go up? Coin prices to go up, okay? I don't care if I have to make 1 transaction a week, all right? If the coin price goes up, I'm in. Same as you. So it makes you think about the viability of this PvP stuff and this celebrity meme coin trash and all of these. It makes you think, how viable are they in a world where PulseChain's gone up 300% in the past 2 or 3 months, and there's 40 streamers, right? Or 740 or 70 streamers actually making videos, and there's 170 content creators and everyone's spamming, right? How viable is that? How viable is like, okay, you're the 18th cat coin made in literally the past minute on pump.fun, where you have these communities out here on PulseChain who are still memeing hard, and it's basically burning it into everyone's brains. So you have even amazing things like Pico and PulseChain. Funnily enough, friends, look, it came back and it hit the box. Interestingly enough, look at that, came back, swipe back down, probably some Jeet out here, sells it down 30%. It's just interesting, right? Friends, whenever this happens, every time, I wish you see, I can't give you my memory, okay? Every time, okay? Every time a coin goes up, no one sells. No one sells, all right? And now he's dick with butt. No one sells up here. And then after it's down 70%, 80%, the giant clips come. The giant clips. Down 80%. And every single time that happens, you can tell someone who's sold is replying when I say, oh, you're a retard. You're a retard, you're going to regret it in 6 or 12 months. Every time. They come out and you know what they say? You want to know what they say? They say in the comment section, oh, let people take profit. They're all right to take profit. Of course they take profit. Yes, profit. Of course, we're all here for profit. And then I can't tell you if it. Every time it's that. I do that post, and then there's that one guy who replies who says that, and then I reply with the exact same thing. So I don't even know I'm going to keep replying, wasting my time and energy now. It's been like multiple, I can't tell you, like 4 or 5 years, literally 4 or 5 years of this straight thing in crypto every single time I'm talking to people. And I reply with the same thing. And I say, you plebs, okay, you soy boy virgin neck cucks, okay, you are doing the same thing every time. You sell nothing at the top, and then after red candles appear and it drops 60, 70, 80%, at the 80% mark, you then decide, oh my gosh, I am now a rational thinker. I should have taken profit. Let me click out down here. Where you completely lose sight of the fact you are selling something down 80%. But friends, here's the thing. People who click sell, remember, you gotta wake up with yourself in the mirror every day and you have to look and say, wow, my mum actually raised the cuck. Or did she, right? No, people don't want to say, hey, my mama raised the cuck. No one wants to say that, right? They don't want to admit that they're raised to be soy-infused hands, soy glove-wearing, soy boot, soy shoe-wearing type of people who drink soy all day. Okay? They don't want to admit that. So instead, their brains tell them something else. Their brains tell them, yes, I made a profit. A profit. Everybody's here for the profit. Yes, I made money. I bought it at $1. I sold it at $1.10. That's a 10% profit. Well, if I do that 30,000 times, I beat the stock market. Those types of people, friends, every single time, I promise you, change a coin, change a community, change a chain, change everything, change a year, change a month, change that. I've been saying this literally since day one, every single time. And that's why I made my video over a year ago, saying green candles make you smarter. Okay, because that's what you're playing for. You just thinking like, wait a minute, that person who sold at minus 80%, who thinks he's a genius because he's in profit now. Okay, he forgets he's selling something down 80%. I wonder what new thing he'll tell himself to get back in when it goes back up. Okay, I wonder what they'll do, because people, friends, remember, you go to what you're used to, you know the community, you know your edge, they come back in. Have you noticed as well, whenever people sell PulseChain, why are they selling? To buy back in lower. Why do people sell Bitcoin? To buy back in lower. Have you noticed that? No one's selling, I'm done forever, I'm done forever. Now, of course, PulseChain had a lot of that, but I'm talking about now. Why are most people selling? You know that way. Look around you. Like, oh yeah, these people are selling to like buy much, much, much lower. So they're starting to play the game. That's how you can kind of figure out these people are just future buyers at the tops as we go higher and higher. So there you go, friends. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you in the next one.